Welcome to today's episode of the Love and Light Show, where your special guest today is Zach, and we're going to be talking about how change can happen in an instant, how you can change your mindset, and that'll change your life, a little bit about what hypnosis is, and we're going to have an awesome hypnosis experience at the end where we can get more confidence and also see how what we focus on can change our experience and change our life, because literally we are in charge of our lives, and it's so really empowering to see that and to know that little micro changes that we can make can literally change our lives for the better in an instant. So I'm super excited to have Zach on today. And this is the Love and Light Show, where every Monday at 1 Atlantic, 12 Eastern, 9 Pacific, we bring you different light workers and entrepreneurs and heart-centered people who can move you forward on your healing journey, who can give you different tips and tricks and tools and modalities that will move you forward so you can be a better version of yourself, for yourself, first and foremost, for your friends and your family and your community, so that we can all be the change that we want to see in the world together. And I'm Laura McPhee. I'm a joyful goddess, speaker, healer, and life coach, and I love guiding women through all things self-love, self-care, and sexual empowerment so that they can live the life that they're dreaming of and desiring of, and they can show up as the highest and best version of themselves and be that change that they want to see in the world for their lives as well. And I do have a little bit of a sore throat today. It's not like sickness, it's just I was screaming and partying, and I love dancing and stuff. So it's not a Tony Robbins level of losing your voice, but that's kind of what's happening with my voice right now. That's why I sound a little bit different. And say hey to us as you're popping on live. We have 2 people live right now, but we can't see you until you say hi to us. So even if you're catching the replay, definitely say hey on the replay, and we'll say hi and engage with you guys during the show as well. And I'm super excited to have Zach on today. He's a transformational hypnotist who does stage shows as an impact entertainer and supports people in changing their mindset and their lives. So I'm so excited to have Zach on today. And how are you doing today, Zach?
Doing fantastic and excited to be here myself.
Awesome. Yay. And I met Zach at Date with Destiny. So I'm super excited to have more of my Tony Robbins fam in with us. And it's super exciting because Zach is doing great things in the world. He's a huge seeker like me. He's UPW and then Date with Destiny and then crewing the next UPW LA. And it's just huge impact in the world. And I'm so excited that I get to help share his light and awesomeness with the world. So how did you get to where you're at today?
Oh, that's a huge question. How much time do we have?
I know, right? The impact entertainer piece. I know that. And from all the special brunches that we were having and all the meet and greets, me and the 2 other people could intro you perfectly and give them the story, but you give your life story a little bit better. So
cool. So quick background, I got started in magic initially when I was in college, just as a fun hobby to do because I thought it would be cool to learn card tricks and sleight of hand, and always thought it was really neat and was looking for a hobby. So picked up card tricks and started just learning on YouTube and watching videos and performing for friends and family. And the more that I learned, the more that I got the performance bug and just totally loved to show tricks to people I knew, and would even go up to strangers and say, hey, I'm a magician. Do you want to see a card trick? And would just perform for people. Mm-hmm. And started getting into some other types of performance where I did improv comedy, I did stand-up comedy, and then eventually decided, why not learn hypnosis? Because I know some other friends that do hypnosis as well too. And same deal, I've always thought it was fascinating. And if I can learn magic knowing nothing and just teaching myself, hypnosis should be the same, right? Mm-hmm. So a few books, a few DVDs, and again, just practicing on friends, family, even going out to strangers. The first time I ever did hypnosis, I was just walking around my student union building saying, hey, I've been learning hypnosis. Do you want to try some? And just doing it and failing over and over until I got it working to the extent, because that's how you learn. And I barely knew what I was doing myself. But the more that I got into it, the more that I loved it and loved performing, and eventually got to the point where I wanted to take it seriously. It was in my senior year of college, and so decided I love this hypnosis thing enough and I'm really good at it already that I wanted to do it after I graduate. So I decided to join a stage hypnosis training program where I worked with this incredible hypnotist, Paul Ramsey, who's a guy from my area that's been doing it for 15 years, and trained with him. Got certified through the National Guild of Hypnotists as soon as I graduated from college, literally the same day. Had commencement that morning. That evening, I started my certification. And as soon as I that's what I've been doing the whole time. Been doing this hypnosis journey and have been primarily focusing on entertaining and doing stage shows because I love performing and love being in front of people. So I do shows for high schools, for colleges, for campgrounds, for anybody that wants a hypnosis show. But the more learning about this idea of our mindset shaping our reality and how what we focus on becomes our experience, the more I'm seeing of this incredible tool to not just entertain, but to actually impact and change our lives. And so I still do shows, I still perform for people, but I'm starting to get more into that realm of being a transformational hypnotist, where just as easily as I can use the skill set in hypnosis to help somebody have a fun, silly experience on stage, I can also use those same principles to help people become more confident, help people become less stressed, achieve all their goals, really change their life. Because when you change your mindset, you change your life. So that's kind of the trajectory I'm on. Is I love performing, I love doing shows, and I still do those shows, but starting to take it more and more seriously to work with clients and use hypnosis to help people totally transform their life.
Love it. Amazing. And Melanie joined us live. Hey, Melanie. Hope you're having an awesome morning. And what is hypnosis for people who have like no idea, who are like, I've kind of like maybe seen a like poster for a show, but I've never like experienced things. Like, what is hypnosis?
So it's a fun question, because you could ask 100 different hypnotists that question and they'll give you 100 different answers. It's one of those, you can't just pull up the dictionary definition and go with that. But I would describe hypnosis as this idea of your focus and your expectation shaping your reality. Example of this, I don't know if any of you have ever gone to the doctor's office to get a shot as a kid, and remember the doctor is telling you, hey, this shot might hurt a little bit. You're all, flinching, and oh my gosh, this is going to hurt. It's going to be a really painful shot. And he gives it to you. Oh my gosh, that was really painful. Versus the fact that he distracts you and saying, hey, what was your name? Gives you the shot. Huh? What just happened? Even though it's the exact same amount of physical pain in both instances, by having a focus on the fact that you're about to get poked with the needle and having this expectation of pain of, hey, this might hurt a little bit. Of course, the doctor can help. What he doesn't realize is he's actually making it worse, because he's telling you need to expect this to hurt. And versus him just saying, hey, what's your name, distracting you and giving you the shot, you're not focusing on the fact you're about to get poked with the needle. No one tells you it's supposed to hurt. So, and so taking this idea to the larger level of having people focus on different realities on stage, where I can get people into a deep enough trance-like state in hypnosis that the suggestions I give, because on them and they expect that the suggestion will happen, becomes their experience. And so for me, it becomes really silly and fun when I give people the suggestion that I suddenly turn invisible and you see people freaking out, I just disappeared and it's a weird magic trick. Or I have people think that I suddenly turned into their favorite celebrity, and you should see the people fangirling or fanboying. Oh my gosh, you're Taylor Swift, I can't believe it. And freaking out that they just met this idol, even though it's just me. They're so focused and expecting on the suggestion I give them, that becomes their experience. Create so awesome. An expectation, right? But when I create that expectation and focus in that same way on people becoming more confident, on people being stressed, on people achieving their goals, it works in the exact same way, right? Because if we think that we're confident, then we actually start to act in accordance with that feeling and expectation we create with ourselves. Versus if we all this negative talk about how we can't do it and we're not able to do it and we're not confident, that actually becomes a reality we create for ourselves. So when you can be intentional about that language and about that mindset you're creating for yourself, you can realize that what you tell yourself and the mindset you create actually dictates the experience that you live. And so when you can use that, not just in a cognitive way, but in a way where you can use hypnosis to actually get into the subconscious programming of the brain to actually automatically trigger that response, instead of thinking about, okay, I think that I need to think about being confident. The subconscious programming is now changed to, all right, I'm now confident. I don't have to think about it. That's just who I am. Get out of my weird world because I'm going to crush it. And giving people expectation and focus, and that becomes their experience. So a little answer to what hypnosis is, but focus and expectation equals experience, and that's hypnosis.
That's awesome. And I love watching like the videos of your stage shows, and like I think you had a girl like out just like walking around campus, and like she like freaked out when you were invisible, and like it was so interesting, and then you like made her more confident for her next like test or something, and it was so cool to see people like instantly change and instantly react to what was happening.
Yeah, and I actually reached out to that girl on Instagram after that random interaction saying, hey, how did your performance go? She was giving a presentation. She said, I did the best that I've ever done in that presentation. I totally crushed it. I don't know how. But I killed it. And so not only experience of, I had her have these experiences. I had her think that the cameraman was Bigfoot, which was the hilarious reaction, because she immediately freaked out and ran and hid behind a tree. You do when you see Bigfoot. But then to have amazing on her presentation and have that confidence, it actually changed her life. Being able to entertain, but also make an impact on someone's life. And for me, as the impact entertainer, as I like to call myself, that's kind of my goal of doing both those things and using hypnosis to transform people while they have a good time doing it.
Beautiful. I love that so much. So what are like main things that you desire to help people transform in your life?
Oh, there's so many ways that I want to help people transform. And on one hand, really just whatever people want to do to improve their life, whether it's quitting a bad habit, like getting over smoking, on a healthy eating plan to start losing weight, or getting over depressing thoughts and changing them with confidence thoughts, being confident. But really the thing that I'm most passionate about is helping to break people out of their idea of settling. Because both that most people live a life of quiet desperation, where so many of us are content just kind of going through the motions of, we're not really satisfied with our life, we're not happy with who we are, we're not happy with where we are, and yet we feel stuck in that reality. But showing people that anything is possible, that we are the authors of our own life, and that when we take responsibility for that life, then anything can happen. But taking responsibility starts with that mindset, saying that we actually are capable and able to do it, that everything that we need to be successful is in us now. That doesn't mean everything changes now, but that our mindset can change now. And when our mindset changes now, that puts us on a trajectory to create whatever change you want. And knowing that I don't need to actually know the lifestyle that people want to live to help them do it. So if someone wants to make $1 million, I'm not a businessman, I don't know a ton about business, but what I can do is help that person have an incredible mindset to know that they're able to achieve what they want to achieve, goes out and has an amazing business. I don't know a ton about weight loss or healthy diet plans or the best workout routine, but what I can do is give someone the mindset to have the motivation and discipline to hit the gym, to eat well, to know what they need to do, and do it.
That's so awesome. And I love how powerful the subconscious is. So anyone who's unfamiliar, like our conscious mind is only like 5% of like our entire mind's capacity. Like subconscious is the other like 95% that's just beneath the surface. That's why when I got into like theta healing, which deals with subconscious minds, it completely transformed my life over and over and over and over again, to the point where I was able to quit my corporate job. And then I'm like, I need to do this for myself. Like I need to be able to do this in an instant for me whenever I'm like, oh, that's like a bullshit limiting belief. I don't want to be living that anymore. And then you can shift and change it. And it's been like incredible. It like came up in my stories that I've been doing it like for I think 2 years, because I started doing it daily. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been like daily working in my subconscious mind to clear the bullshit for 2 years in a row. And it's like, no doubt my life is where it's at today, and I'm living the dream life that I desired a couple years ago because I've been doing this huge work. So like anyone who's unfamiliar with working the subconscious, it's so powerful, and it really does create like outstanding changes in your life, which is super cool.
Absolutely.
Benjamin joined us. He said, hi, Date with Destiny graduates. Hey, hope you're having an awesome day. Sorry, I totally cut you off as you said that.
No, she's saying hi to Ben too.
Okay, awesome. And then Maria joined us, more of the Tony Robbins and Date with Destiny fam. Hi there, thank you so much for this. You're welcome. I'm glad that you're joining us, beautiful. So what are some of the big mindset changes you've shifted in your life so far?
Another big question. Again, we could talk about all this forever. But even just thinking about, so just to kind of give the example of when I got started doing hypnosis and magic initially, it took me the longest time just to get started because I didn't think that I could do it. You know, you see these magicians performing on America's Got Talent and YouTube and these incredible illusions, and you just think, that's so incredible, that's amazing. There's no way that I could do that. You know, they put in all the work and the practice, but I couldn't do that. But thinking about, I don't need to. I just need to do something. I just need to get started, and shifting that mindset of saying, well, you know what, I can do that. And even thinking about, for me, when I got started in hypnosis and thinking about, it's maybe 1.5 years ago, I was walking around my student union building, having never done it, having just watched an introductory DVD and saying, I'm going to try this, and failing. Where I'm at now, having done dozens of shows, hypnotized hundreds of people, performed for thousands of people, and it's only the beginning, knowing that I've taken myself this far just by staying consistent in learning and growing, and knowing that that change of becoming who you want to become doesn't happen right away, but that decision to say, this is where I want to be, so I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there, has probably been, for me, one of the biggest mindset shifts of, when I have a goal, I know that I'm going to achieve that goal. I don't always know how to make it happen. I don't always know how long it's going to take. I just know I'm going to do it. And again, for example, you mentioned Date with Destiny, and I originally wasn't going to go because it was a lot of money to go. And I had just gone to UPW the month before, and I already spent a lot of money on that trip, and was thinking, I felt like I really needed to be there this year. And I wasn't quite sure why. I just had that feeling, the gut feeling. When your heart tells you something, you kind of got to go with it because your heart's not wrong. And so I had to be there, but I didn't know how I was going to get there. I didn't have the money to go this year. Told myself, you know what? If I need to be there, then I need to be there, and I'm going to figure out a way to get there. And so started posting in the groups, texting friends, sending emails, just trying to figure out a way to get there at a more affordable rate. And one of my friends sent me a text like literally a week before the event saying, hey, I have someone selling their ticket for 40% of what it would have been to pay full price. And like, bam, there it is, jumping on the opportunity. I went to it was an amazing experience. I wouldn't have met you otherwise if I wasn't there. Maybe I would have run into you at UPW later next month, but I would have met you now and wouldn't be doing this interview now, right?
Exactly. So true.
So many incredible connections and opportunities came from Date with Destiny, but it started with me telling myself, I'm going to make this happen, even though I have no idea how. I just know I'm going to do it, and then I did it.
Woo! Yes.
Happy dance.
Yes, I love that. And Maria says, me too. I was at UPW in November and Date with Destiny in December. I love that. All my seekers.
Yeah. Maybe 3 in LA.
Yeah, and she's going to UPW LA too. We're like just keeping the train growing. Awesome. So do you want to share with us a little bit about what your experience is going to be to help us get a little bit more confident and to like show us that what we're focusing on is literally becoming our experience?
So to do that now, or just kind of explain what it'll be like?
Yeah, explain a little bit of it, and then we can jump right into it if you want.
Okay, cool. So this idea of confidence in particular is something that all starts from a mindset. And so when you go to, this cliche quote or old quote that says "fake it till you make it," that actually is really true when it comes down to confidence, because whether we're confident or not doesn't matter. All that matters is our mindset of whether or not we're confident. And if we believe that mindset enough, that actually becomes what we experience, and we become confident just by telling ourselves that we're confident. So it actually transcends out of this idea of fake it till you make it into a whole new reality of fake it until you become it.
Yes.
And when we give ourselves this suggestion of really focusing on this idea of you are now confident and really owning that idea, that becomes your experience. Right? If I were you, for example, I want you to pretend right now that you are suddenly the most confident person in the world and nothing can hold you back. You could pretend that I'm really confident. You might think in the back of your head, okay, this isn't real. I know I'm not really confident. But if you're doing it, you're still doing it. Who cares what's going on in the back of your head? Who cares if you tell yourself you're wrong? You're not wrong because you are being confident, whether you're pretending or not. And you pretend so much that it actually becomes real. But with hypnosis, when you can get to that point of telling yourself subconscious reprogramming that I'm not pretending, then it becomes real, whether you're becoming invisible or whatever it is, or becoming more confident. It's the same idea of, it's like pretending, just without this back thought that I'm really pretending. So you pretend you're not pretending until you're no longer pretending, and it becomes real. So that's an example of what I do with confidence, is I really give people this idea. It's a little quick exercise to have people focus on this idea of the negative stressors and tensions leaving their body and replacing them with a more confident energy and a confident feeling, and those negative stressors, so that all that's left is just this lightness, this sense of confidence, and this idea of being ready to go into whatever you're doing with this mindset of, I can do it. And whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And so by giving yourself that mindset, that's one of my favorites. By giving yourself that mindset of you can do it, you'll figure out a way to do it. Just like I did with Date with me. I didn't know how, I just know I would, and I did. Well, that specific mindset when it comes to confidence of saying, this is who you are, this is who you're going to be, whether you know how it's going to happen or not yet, it doesn't matter. Just get locked in on this idea that this is who you will be, and then you become it.
Yes. Amazing. I love that. So do you want to do a little bit of that confidence right now for everyone who's joining live? And Maria did say, thank you, Zach. And did say yes next month too. So we're definitely going to see her in LA.
So we'll do a quick hypnosis live demonstration right now. This will be really cool. So I can do it with you, Laura, and anybody that's watching along can just follow along with what I'm saying. I don't even need to see you or hear you to have you have this experience. Hypnosis starts with this idea of focus. Again, it's our focus and our expectation that shapes our reality.
Mm-hmm.
On the sound of my voice and focusing on the suggestion that I give. You can do this whether you're live, whether you're watching this on the replay, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, as long as you focus. So what I would say as a caveat is if you're driving or doing something else that requires your focus, please don't follow along and please don't. I'll have you close your eyes to concentrate. And if you're driving and closing your eyes, it's not a good thing. So maybe live or on the replay, you can totally follow along, but make sure that you can give your complete focus to this, because if your focus is elsewhere, one, it won't work fully, and two, you could be putting yourself in danger if you're doing something that requires your complete focus. So that is the caveat. That is the rule. Words are fun. So, so for everyone that wants to try this, is I'll simply just have you place your right hand in a fist out in front of you. Just kind of, yeah, perfect, just like that, just like Laura's doing, just a better angle. And just go ahead and close your eyes now as you focus on the sound of my voice. And as you focus on the sound of my voice, squeeze that right hand into a fist even tighter. So you're really squeezing that hand exceptionally tight. As you focus on the sound of my voice, that hand becomes squeezed tighter and tighter. Now, as you follow the sound of my voice, I want you to simply just imagine that all of the negative stress, all of the negative tension, and all of the negative energy and thoughts in your body are traveling from where they are in your body into that right fist. And the harder you squeeze that right fist, the more those negative energies, negative thoughts, negative stresses get trapped in that right hand. All of the negative energy from your head to your torso, to your arms, to your legs, wherever it might be going, even from your heart, any negative thoughts or anything that's holding you back from being your full confident self, getting locked into that right hand now. And however long it takes, maybe it'll take you 5 seconds, maybe it'll take you 10 seconds, but once you feel that all of that negative stress from your body has been trapped into that right hand, I want you to nod your head yes. Good. And I can use Laura as the example because I can see her nodding her head, but for anyone else following along, it might take you longer, it might take you quicker. Once you feel all that negative stress and tension is trapped in that right hand, and you're good. Now, in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And when I do, not yet, but when I do, I'm simply just going to have you open that right hand and release all of that stress and tension. And once you release all that stress and tension, there'll be nothing left but confidence, nothing left but positivity, and nothing left but an incredible mindset and attitude ready to take on and conquer the rest of the day. 1, 2, and 3 now, opening up that right hand, releasing all of that stress, all of that negative energy, leaving nothing but confidence as you open your eyes now, coming back into the room, feeling wonderful and full of energy, ready to take on what's next.
Awesome. Love it.
So how did that experience feel for you as someone that was participating and doing it live?
That felt really good. Like I did have some tension in my body and I'm like, oh, like that's not there anymore. Thank goodness. Thank you.
Yeah.
And definitely share with us in the comments. How was that for you? And even if you're catching the replay, let us know what you felt in your body, if you're feeling like super duper confident right now. And Maria had said before, yes, please, I need this. Awesome.
Great.
Yeah, that felt really, really good in my body. Like I'm more energized now for sure.
Awesome. And now that's an exercise that you can actually do on your own. So it's kind of a cool little hypnotic gift.
Cool.
I did this once for you and kind of guiding you, but you can do this on your own by yourself. Just imagine trapping those negative thoughts and energies in your fist and really squeeze that hand and focus on this idea of them being trapped. And then just, and by focusing on this idea, again, this idea of pretending something happens until you pretend you're not pretending, until you're not pretending. This idea of actually experiencing and pretending what it's like to have all this stress leave your body, you pretend so much that you're actually really experiencing it, and all the stress and negative energy does leave your body, and you leave feeling more confident and feeling more positive. So you can do that anytime you want on your own. You can do it once a day, twice a day, once a week, whatever feels right for you, or anytime you just kind of pick me up of, I'm feeling really down, I'm not feeling confident. All right, quick, close my eyes, focus on the energy, let it go. And now I'm feeling ready to go.
Awesome. I love that. And everyone else is enjoying it too. So Maria said felt good. And Cynthia said freeing. Amazing. I love that. And yeah, definitely, guys, share this out with anyone else who needs some extra confidence, because that's so cool that you can literally learn it once and then keep doing it. And we're living in a world with a lot of stressed out people, and hurt people are hurting people, and confident, loving, awesome people do awesome things in the world. So we definitely need more confident people in the world. So feel free to share it out or tag a friend who you know needs a little bit more confidence, letting go of that stress in their life.
Absolutely. And as a kind of another side, the more that you do this, the better you'll get at it. Just like any skill, you work out, the more you flex that muscle, the better that.
I love your muscles.
Right? Yeah, that's right. And so for some of you, you might not have felt a lot out of it because this is your first time doing something like this. But the more you practice, the more you do it, each time you'll feel more confident. Each time you'll feel less stressed. Till after doing it, who knows how many times it'll take for you, because each person's different. But after so many times, it'll feel totally natural. It'll be a lot quicker. And it'll, in an instant, you're like, oh, I know how to do this because I've done it so many times. And you create. So if you maybe didn't get a great experience the first time, or you're like, I'm better, but I'm still not totally confident, just continue to work at it, continue to do it. And it's like any other muscle. The more you build it, the stronger it gets.
Awesome. That's amazing. And how can people connect with you after the show to get more of this awesome goodness in their life?
So I'm on all of the platforms, so Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. I don't know if anyone even uses Twitter these days, but I'm on it if you want to follow me. Catch my spontaneous tweets. So you're
gonna catch everyone who's on Twitter still, because you're the only one still doing
right? I'm the only one here. I'm lonely. Come hang out with me. So my name is the same on all platforms. So it's at Zach Pincince. Pincince is Pince. I should be tagged in this, so you should be able to see the spelling. But
yes,
if not, you just find
it's
him.
also right below you right now, so people can literally see it.
Okay, yeah. So just click on me and go to my Facebook profile. All my socials are linked on my profile too. So awesome. Make it easy if you want to follow me along. I just posted a fun, cool video from one of my shows I did last week on my Instagram.
Ooh, very cool.
Most active. So cool shout out. Go check it out. Drop a comment.
Yay.
I'd love to have you on board.
Awesome. And do you want to drop some of those in the comments below so that people who are watching the replay can also just click it right there?
Totally.
Awesome. Thank you. And you are taking one-on-one clients, I believe, aren't you?
I am, yeah. So like I'm into the realm of doing more transformational hypnosis, in addition to doing shows, because I really want to work with people to help shift their life. And like I mentioned, I don't have to have a complete understanding of the exact area that they want to grow in, because I believe everyone knows the exact change that they need to make. They know what to do. Even if we tell ourselves we don't think we do, right? If you want to lose weight, you know that in order to lose weight, you need to eat healthy and you need to start working out. You want to quit, you know that you need to just stop buying cigarettes, stop accepting a butt when someone offers you one, and quit. If you want to make more money, you know you need to start doing what it takes to make better decisions financially, start investing, start saving, start paying off your debt, whatever it is. You know how everyone knows the change they need to make. It's just a matter of getting into the subconscious programming and getting rid of all the garbage and the limiting beliefs that's holding us back, and also complete freedom to go do it. So even though I might not be an expert in any of those areas individually, what I am an expert in is being able to totally shift someone's mindset and helping them to change in one session. That's one of the unique things about hypnosis, is a lot of traditional therapies and traditional sessions will take multiple sessions of sitting on my couch and telling me what the issue is, and we'll bring all this stuff out. I'm not too focused on why your life isn't the way you want it to be. I'm focused on how you can make it better. And so by what's holding you back, then I can just do that in one session, and change happens in that instant, that moment that we decide that we can do it. And so clients I work with are just that one session of just this ultimate hour of power, get rid of all the garbage that's holding you back and get you on the trajectory you need to make it happen. If people do want to work with me longer, I can take clients, and I do take clients that work week to week, where if you want a new strategy or a new idea and someone to hold you accountable week by week as you're achieving those goals, because that is really valuable, knowing that somebody is going to hold your feet to the fire and say, hey, did you do this? And how are you doing on this, keeping you accountable? Some people, maybe it's not, maybe they just need that quick, all right, I need to get rid of what's holding me back so that I can do it, and I'm confident in myself to motivate myself and do what I need to do. So for one session is good and gets you on the track that you need to be. For other people that want the longer ones, we can do a week to week type thing. But either way, feel free to drop me a comment, send me a message. I'm on all the socials again, so let me know when I'll respond, and we'll make it happen, and we'll change your life.
Sounds so good. And it is so cool that you offer both, because literally I've had incredible sessions with like healers or coaches or mentors or all kinds of people. And it's like one session can give you so much. And then it's like, oh my God, I need so much more of this. It's like having the accountability to keep moving forward is also super beneficial. So I love that you offer both of those to the people that you're serving.
Yeah.
Yay. Awesome. And thank you guys so much for joining us live. And if you're catching the replay, definitely say hi on the replay and feel free to share it out again with any friend who needs to know that they can change their whole life in an instant, and that changing your mindset can literally baby step over baby step, long term, make an incredible dream life for you. And that you can literally just do like that one big, powerful movement and have a better life and just decide that you can have that. So definitely keep making the Love and Light Show a weekly habit in your life. And we're actually doing another bonus episode this week on Wednesday. So definitely stay tuned for that. And it's at 1 Atlantic, 12 Eastern, 9 Pacific. And I'm sending you guys all so much love and light. Bye.